Good morning, everybody. Happy WIP Wednesday. Welcome to She Sells Yarn and More. Wearing my summer clothes. I actually have a pretty white Cancun top that I throw on over this kind of tank dress, just for when I'm running into the shops and want to dress it up a little bit. This is done at a Zooey. I've made 3 different Cancun tops, and I don't even have to worry about back and front because this is super easy. So now, I'm not the only one who makes Cancun top. I'm going to show you that one of our customers, Diane, has made one using Sonata. So pretty. So pretty. Look at how nice. I might be holding it up down. I don't know. You could be however you want it. But it is a plant-based yarn, and I forget the particular details. Cotton, viscose, silk. They do a lovely job on their combinations. Noro's plant-based yarns are wonderful. So I'm helping her with seaming it together. So while I'm doing this, I'm thinking, I think I'll give a little tip when I'm on WIP Wednesday. When you're doing a pattern like this and you know it's going to be sewn together, I highly recommend doing just one stockinette stitch on the edge, on either edge. So when you go to put it together, it's very easy to see where you need to go with your sewing yarn. And that's especially helpful if you have something like a drop stitch. And having that little extra stitch there isn't going to make a big difference in the size of your garment or anything. It just makes it a lot easier to seam it together. But so isn't that going to be pretty? I just think it's so much fun. I love this top, and it goes up super duper fast. So that's what Diana's been working on. I'm going to grab I did block my stone crop cardi, and I am happy with it. I'm very happy with how it came out. I like my minimalist bobbles on the sleeves, and I think the bobbles on the body are a lot of fun. They were done with a crochet hook, and the minimalist bobbles on the sleeve, are still giving it some texture, but not sticking way out. And I am very happy, as are another number of people, with the cuff being on the darker side. I have gotten suggestions for doing the entire ribbing around it, but I'm not redoing the entire ribbing. Love you guys, but I'm not doing it. However, I am still concerned about the opening, the collar being on the wide side, especially on me. Although I did purposely make a generous size, and I like doing that for a shop model because then more people can try it on and see what they think. But this really came out big, and I think part of it is to do with me. I knit very loose, and I probably should have gone down to a teeny tiny needle. And the other part is that I think that the tubular cast on that she did is also loose, which is nice, when you're doing a ribbing and something that's, going to go around. But so I've been considering going back, picking up the collar, even in the contrast yarn. I would have to start a new ball. And then I liked Henrietta's suggestion is when I pick up, do it the double height and fold it over. I love a rolled collar. I just think it looks really nice. So I'm considering this Whack-A-Whip done, but more to come. So I don't know. I'm pleased with it. I'm happy. It was fun to do, and I love doing the color work. It was fun doing the steeking, and all of that was very good. Good morning, Sue. How are you? So, all right, I'm going to show you another finished thing that I continue to kind of work on. So this is my market bag. It's the Market Square bag, and I used 2 different colors of Marmel in this basket, kind of a basket weave slip stitch, and it has a square bottom, which is why it's called the Market Square bag. But I wanted to keep that structure of the bottom So I was going to try out different things. So one of the things I had at home was this plastic canvas, and I thought, oh, that might be nice. But what I have at home is only this wide. So I thought, okay, no problem. I'll just you know, kind of sew in multiples. But now I'm going to have to put a third one because now I have this dip in the bottom, or I'm just going to have to break down and just go get a full piece and cut it down to size. So, but this just used 2 skeins, and this much was left out of the color 2, the contrast color, and I have just a little bit left of the first color. So what I would actually recommend doing, and I might have already told you this, is when you're working on the bottom, you're just doing rows of garter, and then you come and you pick up along the sides and knit in the round. Really fun, mesmerizing. I had so much fun doing this. So see, it's folding over, and I really wanted it to stay flat. Gonna have to work on that. So but I would alternate, do 2 rows in color 1, 2 rows in color 2, just keep going back and forth. Then you're using the same amount of each yarn, and you don't have to worry about running out of either of them. And I really like this handle. This is like 8 rows. Oh, another suggestion is I would do more rows and have a little bit wider handle. But you fold it over and you sew it closed, and it just makes a really nice edge on the back. So what do you think? I love it. I love it. I love it. It's going to make a great project bag. I could even line it. That's something to consider. Oh, wait a minute. Mother maybe could line it for me. So if you know of somebody who sews, that's always a good thing. So okay, moving right along, my dears, I also have been, I'll show you what I've been making the most progress on, because it's a really fun knit, and that is my Kelias, K-E-L-I-A-S. We started this for our red, white, and blue knit along, not that you had to do red, white, and blue, and it starts out kind of stripy, and I then went into a slip stitch, so I incorporated a little bit of the blue into some of those red rows, and now I am working on the short rows, and that's a lot of fun too. So I did put some thought into this. I'm working just with the red in this center part, and where's my picture? Working just with the red in the center part. So I got to decide, here we go. So I'm in the center part where you see just the blue. I'm doing just the red. And I made that decision because I've decided I want just the blue down here at this section, because as I have it wrapped around me, I thought it would be, I would prefer to have this end to go over my blue, and rather than have the blue going over the red. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, but this is really fun, and the neat thing about the short rows is they get shorter and shorter, so it just goes faster and faster. So I'm almost done with the middle section, or that second section, and it's just fun. I like working on it. So it's really using up my yarn, which is good to know. So I am also have done a little bit with my Entrelac top by Noro, done in the Akari, which is majorly soft yarn. I have to find my other needle so I don't pull it out. So because I'm like partway through my return on the Entrelac. So this is a really fun pattern with a very long striping yarn, and these stripes are very subtle. I love the way they blend into each other, so it's not just red, blue, yellow, purple, whatever. It's just very soft blend. And so that, because they're long, that means that it's these actual modular pieces of the Entrelac. You can see over here it's blending in, and then when I'm coming back, I've got that tan color. So over here, these pieces have more of the gray. So it's really fun to do and to see how those colors are playing out, and that's done in the Akari. And this is, somebody asked me the name last time. Think about it, Helen. Corsage. Thank you. Brain, thank you for remembering. It's corsage, and it is just a front and a back. And you know what? I'll have to be honest with you. I'm not even sure how that back looks. If it's plain or if it also has the interlock. I guess I'm going to find out. But if I wanted to, I could just do the front with the interlock. But isn't that pretty? So working on that, making some progress, but then I started something new. So, and then when I started it and started showing to people in the shop, they're like, wait, you changed the yarn. Well, yeah, like a bazillion times. I changed which colors and which yarn, but then when I made my decision, it was like, yes, this is the right decision. So I'm glad I didn't start with just anything. I kind of took my time. And I've been wanting to do this since I saw people working on it. Hitch on the Move. So Martina Bam, who some of you may know, she designed the hitchhiker. And which I'm like one of the few people on this earth that have not done a hitchhiker. Although thanks to Henrietta, who's done a bazillion of them. Actually, I think she's like at 20 or 21. And so it's very similar to the hitchhiker, and it's a little zigzag there. But then she has a solid mirror with the color changing yarn. And I forget. I'm just going to set it there so you can admire it. Isn't that clever? Like a little necklace. So I like how when you do this, and I'm a loose knitter, so maybe it appears more on mine than it would on anybody else's, but where these come together, because you're working with this yarn on this side, and then you switch and you work with this yarn, and then you go back and you work with this yarn and this yarn, going back and forth. So you're only using one color at a time. And then, but when you're coming, say with my solid, and I'm working across and building up those rows, there's this knit two together, and then you turn and you do a slip stitch. So there's not even a wrap and turn or a German short row or anything like that. Super, super simple. And it's making this pretty little lacy zigzag up the edge, or up the center. And I like it. And that might not be how it appears if you have a tighter stitch and, or a tidier stitch than I do. Mine are pretty loose, but I'm okay with that. This is going to make this very drapey, very soft. And this is also Sonata. Yeah, this is Sonata. This is Sonata Shima. So you can see I'm getting into this lighter color, and pretty soon I'm going to get into this pretty light green. If Tisha's watching, she might not want to see those, because I know that some of those greens are not her favorite. But anyway, super fun pattern. So you can do this with Zauberball cotton, Sonata Shima. If you didn't want to do it in a cotton or a cotton blend like I am, you could use just regular Zauberball or Zauberball Crazy. You could use Earth Unique Fingering, any long striping sock yarn that you have. But I do just love how this yarn in particular just really, like with the Akari, Noro's colors just really blend from one to the other very, very softly. And so that's fun. And now, before I forget, and because I had this last week and I forgot, and it's worth remembering. Karen showed, she's off, I don't know where she's off to, Vermont, New Hampshire, something like that. She went away to camp, but she left behind her finished octopus for me to show you, Octopus Garden. And she was showing this to you guys as she was working on it. And I tell you, every single one of these comes out looking like they've used a different pattern, because how the color plays out, and it just, like somebody said, well wait, those are, I thought they were peaks. Well, these are rounded, but this is peaked kind of. Anyway, I just think it's absolutely beautiful. So Octopus's Garden, I don't know if this is how she would wear it, but it's really beautiful. And again, this is done out of Unique Fingering, self-striping yarn by Earth Yarns, And I think she's got a Malabrigo here. I'm trying to remember. Oh, this is really nice and soft. Oh, Karen, maybe I shouldn't have put this on. I like this. But if you didn't want to do it in a wool, you could use the Zalbabal cotton or one of the Noro color changing yarns. And I will say that the Sonata is listed as a sport, and her pattern calls for fingering. I'm okay with that. Because it's cotton, I don't mind if it's a little bit heavier, and it seems to be doing fine. But yeah, you can do whatever you want to do. So another thing before I forget, I had so much fun making the market bag, the market square bag, and the Marmel is such a fun yarn to put together. You want two colors that are really highly contrasting. I'm giving it to you for 25% off. I put a code in the remarks here. The code is good until next Wednesday, and I want you to take advantage of it. 25% off is a really good deal, and it's a really fun knit. It's a cotton-based yarn, so you can take it anywhere. Take it to the beach and work on it, or sit by the side of the pool. Really simple, fun to do. I'm going to go back to Ravelry and put my comments, my suggestions, and just so you know, you don't have to go back and try to remember what I said, but it was really super duper fun. I liked it a lot. So I like it so much, I want you to do it too, and I think that's about all I have for today. I did get a bit done on my Japanese sampler blanket, and then I didn't. So I don't know if I'm going to be done for this Friday or not. Doesn't matter, I have some done, and I do look forward to, Kathleen, get to see my entrelac. See, she is the queen of modular knitting, not even kidding. And she's the one who first taught me how to do entrelac, super fun. Oh, there's Tish. Did you see my beautiful green pop of color? Oh, very warm, upper state New York. So Mom said that they're having lovely weather, but the storm is heading your way that hit Texas. So hopefully it's quieted down a little bit. And so Evelyn, beautiful. Wish I knew how to knit. I crochet. You know what? It is amazing how much crochet has evolved. And if you see something in knit, I'm going to tell you, you're more likely going to be able to find that same type of design, that same look in a crochet pattern. So, and Ravelry is great for that. And you know who else is really good? Sandy, our crochet instructor. She has done so many things where people come in and go, oh, that's crochet. So many different techniques they use. So check out Ravelry, Evelyn, and Tish said she was gone getting her coffee when I showed the greens. So see, I'm sensitive, Tish. I remember these things, or I try to anyway. Okay, who am I kidding? I don't remember anything half the time. So, I also tell you, I did start on my hearts for my crochet block of the month. Speaking of a crochet block of the month, I use my magic circle. So I'm able to pull that tail and close up that circle. These are cute little hearts, and they're going to be in like a square, and they're put together with a circular round. I can't wait to see if I can do that on my own, or if I have to wait for Sandy to come in. Thank God for Sandy is what we all say. So anyway, I think that's it. I'm going to go. I'm going to try to get caught up on my Japanese sampler blanket. I swear that's what I'm going to concentrate on until I get distracted. We know how that goes. All right, you guys go. Have a super duper week. And if you can't come into the shop, then hopefully I'll see you next Wednesday on WIP Wednesday. All right, bye everybody.